What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Patrick here. Moving on to another calculus question dealing with derivatives. This is more of a communication type of question. So we're given two expressions for different y functions in terms of other functions, f, g, and h. And what we have to do is write expressions for the derivatives of both of these. So notice here, in this first function, we have f times g times h. So notice that here we're multiplying three different functions, and so we're going to have to do the product rule. But it's a product rule on three functions, and so basically the expression for the derivative would be we take the derivative of the first function, multiply it by the second function left as is, multiply it by the third function left as is, plus now we go to the second function and derive it. And we leave the first function left as is, derive the second, and then leave the third function left as is, and then plus we would take the derivative of that third function. So it would be the first function is left as it is, second function left as it is, and then the third function we are deriving it. Okay, and then that is the expression for the derivative. That's how you take the derivative when you are multiplying three functions. Now for this next one, we got y equals f over gh. So in this case, notice that we are dealing with a rational function here, but notice in the denominator, there's two functions that are multiplying. So overall, what we're going to be doing is the quotient rule on this rational function, but then within the quotient rule, when we take the derivative of that denominator, because there's two functions multiplying there, we're going to do the product rule on that. So we're going to be doing the quotient rule, and then within the quotient rule, we're going to be doing the product rule. So whenever we're doing the quotient rule, I always like to just write out the four brackets at the top, and then we're going to be subtracting. Now here, I'm actually going to make a bit more space because we're going to have to do the product rule. That might not even be enough space. We'll see. I'll adjust it as I go. And then we know that in the quotient rule, it's always whatever is in the bottom, and we're going to square it like that. And then if you want, you could distribute that too and write g squared, h squared. I'm just going to leave it as gh in brackets squared. So, what do we do? The first bracket here is going to be the derivative of the numerator, which is going to be f prime, times the function in the denominator, gh, that's going to be left as is, and then we're going to be minusing the top function, left as is. Here, and let me actually adjust these brackets. Give myself some room here, because now what we have to do is basically apply the product rule when we take the derivative of that denominator. So now we're taking the derivative of g times h. So it would be what? G prime times h plus the first function g left as is times the derivative of the second function, like that. All right, and then that there ends up being the expression for the derivative of this second function. All right, so one more time, overall, we did the quotient rule, but then within the quotient rule, when we were deriving the denominator, we had to do the product rule. And that's a wrap for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want to see more videos like this, please go to my website, allthingsmathematics.com. Over there, all of the videos are organized by chapter, by section. If you feel like you need tutoring at any point, you could also hit me up. My contact details are on the website. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.